Oh no, there's a bee. There's a bee in here. Oh dear. I'm sure I look like a roast dinner to a bee or a wasp right now. It's a wasp. Or is it a bee? No, it's a bee. That's okay. I'll be a roast dinner for a bee. They've done enough. Hello everybody. Welcome back to my channel and welcome to this, I call it fairy inspired makeup, but it's more like nature inspired makeup. I just felt like doing something a little bit different, doing a makeup look using natural makeup and then going one step further. I was actually inspired to do this by, well, I was inspired to do this by a picture. I was inspired to do this by myself, basically. But a picture that I posted on my Instagram, which I'll pop on screen now, and it was basically using petals and flowers as lipstick instead of makeup, if that makes sense, in place of makeup, and it got quite a good response, and it just kind of it kind of fueled something in me that made me think like, why did I not post that? Because I did that years ago and I filmed a video on it and I just never posted it because I thought, oh, it's not wearable. If you've got a lot of time on your hands and you're feeling like you're stuck in a bit of a rut, especially online when people are kind of loads of people are being really productive and also working out lots, and if you're not really feeling it, I urge you to just do something creative for creativity's sake and just get into it. I love visual arts, but I like nature inspired visual arts basically. Even when I was at school doing art, I used to, like, my main inspiration was Alexander McQueen and how he is really inspired, or was, RIP, really inspired by nature. And also like femininity as well, and the different kinds of femininity, fierceness of femininity, and the strength kind of side of femininity. I really respected that, and my thing when I was at school, I wanted to make hats, like it was headwear for me. I went to an Alexander McQueen exhibition at the V&A, and then I was like, all I wanted to do was make hats, like butterfly hats and flower hats and like hats made out of just crazy different kinds of hats. I ended up making a jacket in the end, but anyway, I digress. Yeah, should we just get straight on into it? Let's get straight on into it. I'll list all the products I used down below if you're interested, all vegan and all cruelty free. And also I checked that the flowers that I'm using on my face weren't poisonous. I don't want anyone watching this and thinking like, oh, I want to do that, and then like putting foxglove near your mouth, because that is poisonous. A lot of plants are poisonous, so make sure you check if you're going to do this, but obviously I didn't put any near my mouth. That would be a weird way to go. So yeah, don't do that. Don't do that. But yeah, let's get straight on into it. I'm going to quickly whiz through brows and base. I'll leave all the products I used down below, but I put some 100% pure brow pomade on my eyebrows, set that down, and then on my base, I already had SPF on before I started filming. I put some of the Hynt Beauty Sun Prep on, which is SPF 25, and then underneath my eyes, I took also from Hynt Beauty their Perfecting Concealer in the shade Light. This is the Duet concealer. And then on the rest of my face, I used some of the Charlotte Tilbury Wonderglow. So this is like a very lit from within kind of primer, but it mixes quite well with foundations, concealers. It blurs the skin a tiny bit, and it is a very, very nice primer. This is just a little sample I had lying around. And then I set everything down with the RMS Beauty Powder and added a bit of bronzer. And here we are. So let's get cracking on the rest of the face. I think I'm going to put a little bit of lip product on, because if you're new here, I usually put a bit of lip product on before I do my eyes so that I can see how the face is going to end up at the end and we don't go over the top, even though, you know, this is fairy makeup. But I'm just taking some of the Inika Certified Organic Lip Crayon in the shade Pink Nude. Desperately needs sharpening, but that's another story for another day. Let's crack on with eyes. I'm going to take some of this mineral eyeshadow by Lolo and pop this on my eyelid. So this is a beautiful purple shade. It's called Deep Purple, and I'm going to apply this to my eyelid with a finger. Alrighty, so it's looking a little bit of a mess, but that's okay. As we say in production, fix it in post. Just fix it in post, don't worry, it doesn't matter, it looks a mess. I'm gonna take a brown, like a camely orangey brown shade, and just blend out what I've done. I'm gonna take a highlighter. So this is by Inika, and it is their Baked Mineral Illuminisor. I usually don't love this highlighter because it is glittery. Like, it's pretty glittery, but actually, if you're going for that kind of glitter look and not just like a natural sheen to the cheeks, this comes in handy, but I wouldn't say it's like my favorite highlighter ever. I'm gonna take that same brown on my lower lash line as well. And then with the same purple mineral eyeshadow by Lolo, I'm going to do a kind of winged out look to the eyeshadow. And then I'm just gonna follow that sort of line with a brown eyeliner. Because I feel like it needs a little bit of clearing up, I'm just going to take a little bit more concealer, just dab it very lightly to kind of trace that winged shape. Taking the Inika Long Lash Mascara, I'm going to do a couple of layers of this. I actually love this Inika mascara. I think it's a very close contender to my Lily Lolo. Every single time I say that brand name, Lily Lolo. As a brand name, I honestly detest it because the amount of times it's just a tongue twister. I don't know how other people don't struggle with it too. It's, you know, there are certain words that you just really struggle to pronounce. For me, it's Lily Lolo and Millennium. Used to really struggle with Millennium, but anyway, on to the fun part of this video. I like this purple look, but I feel like it can be jazzed up a little bit more. So I took the liberty of getting some springtime blossom from my morning jog this morning. I was like, oh, I'll be having that, thank you very much. I only took a little bit. I know you're not really supposed to pick flowers, but I only took 2 tiny little bunches from a huge bush. Also, I got some forget-me-nots. I don't know if you guys are familiar with forget-me-nots, but they actually used to be my nan's favourite flower. They're traditionally a weed, I think, but they're these beautiful little purple flowers, purpley blue flowers with a yellow centre. They're very pretty, little like ditzy flowers. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take some glitter glue. This one is by a brand that I no longer support, but it's really old and it's the only glitter glue I have. It's by Too Faced, their glitter glue shadow primer. It's alright. I think you can get a cheaper one from Elf actually that's also cruelty free and vegan, but I'm not such a fan of Too Faced. So I'm going to use this, but I'm not necessarily promoting this. And I'm going to pop some of these flowers on my face. I'm going to cut the flowers off, like the little heads of the flowers, using these scissors that I liberated from someone that I lived with in first year. Actually, he left before I could give them back. I think he hated first year, possibly even more than I hated first year. And I think he left really early and I'd borrowed his scissors. I can't remember if I asked to borrow his scissors or not, but I'd borrowed them and then I went to go put them back and I opened his drawer and everything was gone. And I was like, hang on a second, I haven't seen him in a while. Has he gone home? And he'd gone home. Anyway, that's the origin story of those army camo scissors that live in my side drawer. I think we're there. When it comes to flowers, I think we're done. I'm just going to take a little bit of this shimmery kind of like iridescent shade from this Body Shop palette and dab it around where I put flowers, because the glue is supposed to be translucent or is supposed to set down and not leave any mark, but I'm just kind of doing this to detract from any glue marks. And then last but not least, I'm just going to pop a little bit of Fenty gloss on my lips. See, this just keeps popping off. The one thing I would say is if I was going to do this again, I would use a stronger glitter glue, because this little bitch, I do feel quite fragile. I feel like if I move my face or if I smile, flowers are going to fall off. Even if you're not particularly good at something, I'm not a pro at makeup, this isn't going to be on the front page of Vogue, but I feel like it's just fun to do things for creativity's sake, like just create. I feel like maybe as a blogger, someone who is creating for a purpose, you know, like I write about products to promote vegan and cruelty-free products, if you know what I mean. Like, it's not just painting for painting's sake. It's not just like doing makeup because I love makeup, even though I do love makeup. And maybe if you've got some extra time on your hands, try and create just to like express yourself and feel creative, if that is what fuels you. If you do feel inspired to do anything creative, please do let me know, tag me or comment. My Instagram will obviously be down below, and I hope you're keeping well and keeping safe and keeping as positive as you can. If you just want to wallow and eat food, then I think that's completely fine as well. You do you. There's never been a greater time to do you. I'm going to love you and leave you and hopefully see you very soon. Bye.